Hello, everybody. Just gathering my crystals right now. I really need to do something about my background, but it's okay. Anyways, I'm Heart to Heart Readings. Thanks for being here for my channel. I'm an angel reader and a, what do you call it? A medium for spirits that are on this side. And I'm a pet reader as well. So here for my channel, I'm going to be doing a live reading for everybody. So if you are new here, it is free for you. Just sub and like. Otherwise, it's an $8 donation for a reading. I feel like I have to say like why I stand out. Jason Fuller, how are you? But yeah, I feel like I feel like I need to say like, why do you want to pick me as a medium? Well, I use logic with my intuition. So if I feel something, I usually always clarify it with you. You know, I ask some questions like, does this resonate with you? And because you stated your question like this, then I would assume that, you know, in conjunction with my intuition, this is probably what's happening. So, I try to keep it as, I guess, factual as I can. Because it's one thing for a medium to say like, yeah, I'm a good medium, but it's another thing to ask you, does that sound right to you? Kind of a thing like that. So yeah. Now I'm going to start with the daily reading really quickly, as I always do. I feel like I want to do both the decks. I have a tarot deck with me and then as well as an oracle deck. So I'm just going to do the daily message. Also, guys, if you want to book a personal reading with me, please go into my website, hearttoheartreadings.com. And on my Instagram, at hearttoheartreadings, I do, you know, like those pick a card readings on there, as well as animal memes, because I love animals. And yeah. So let's get into our daily message. I feel like we need to hear this, like right now. Whoops, that shouldn't have happened. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, so, all right, so we got two cards. One of them says counseling and the other one says the dreamer. So what I feel from the dreamer card is that we have a dream, or we have, you know, this place where we want to live in, not as in like an imaginary place, but it's like a goal that we want to obtain for ourselves. But the way that we're going about wanting it and wanting it to happen to us is not, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense in our like physical time space reality to get what we want without having to take the steps to get there. And counseling just sounds like, it sounds like you really need to connect with somebody that's going to be able to like kind of snap you back into reality and really be firm with you to make your goals and your visions a reality. I'm going to draw another card. Whoa, what is up with this deck right now? All right. And then the next card that you got says, talk to your angels. It says, instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Kind of brings me back to me today, actually. Because, like, you know, I was asking my angels, like, please lead me to, hi, Lightning Spark. I was asking my angels, please lead me to where I want to be financially. And as you can see, this angel right here has his palms open to receive. And it kind of just feels like that's all we need to do. Like I literally heard them say like, that's it. You just need to ask, and then all you need to do is receive, because we want this thing, but we don't know how to get there, or we're afraid to make those steps to get there, to get what we want, to make what we want a reality. So yeah, it's kind of like a reminder to ask your angels. Okay? All right. Cool. Okay, Lightning Spark, go ahead and post your question. Thanks for donating. Sorry about the dogs. How does Zoraida feel about me at the moment? All right, let's see. Okay. And once again, guys, if you want to book a more in-depth and a more personal read with me, please go into my website, hearttoheartreadings.com, or follow me on Instagram at hearttoheartreadings. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Anyway, you got the card that says author, and the description reads, you have a book inside you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Okay, that makes no sense. Anyway, let me feel into the energy of this card though. Do you feel like there's something within you that needs to be expressed, like something that you're not communicating to Zoraida or somebody? And they are also emphasizing the season of spring. So they keep giving me the feeling and the vision of fresh flowers beginning to blossom and bloom. It's almost like right now, you know, it's literally spring right now, but for you, it's also literally the time for you to start something new, whether it's talking to somebody or a project. Don't think too much into a project, but it just sounds like a new, like an initiation of something new. I ask because it seems like that about her, that she wants to tell me something. Oh. So I guess like what's stopping you from asking her though? Like that's what I feel like I want to understand first. Okay, and like how come you can't reach out to her? Like aren't you guys friends or something? I think your guides are telling you to practice telling me how you feel right now. Practice expressing that. She actually made a surprise visit Monday at work, but I wasn't there that day, and I felt bad. Okay. Okay, so why did you feel bad? Let's talk about that. Because they want you to practice expressing yourself and your emotions. That's probably what the whole springtime vibe was about. God, I had too much coffee today. Because I wanted to see her too. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to feel bad. Oh, and prior to that, she said that she wanted to visit you. So you felt bad because, I mean, I just don't understand like why you need to feel guilty. And that was a time where I'll bring it up later. It doesn't feel like now is the time to be talking about that, but tell me, when you think of Zoraida, how do you feel? Let's focus on that. Funny. So when you think of Zoraida, how do you feel? She's been through a lot this whole year. Oh, well, she's a really good person, her friend. She's been through a whole lot this year. Okay. Not about her, though. It's about you. Like, what's the emotion, the first emotion, the primary emotion that comes up when you think about Zoraida? Even if it doesn't make sense, just say what you feel. You miss her. There you go. That was easy. All right. Authentic Shorty. Hi, how are you? So I love that you say I miss her. So when you say I miss her and you're asking me, I don't know, you're telling me all these things. It makes me feel like you want to connect with her, but you're afraid to say it. Would you say that's true? Like you're afraid to be the one to reach out first? Heatjourney. Yes, you can ask a question. Like and sub first, okay? Aw, Authentic Shorty. I'm well, thank you. Okay, so yeah, that resonates with you. All right, so here's where, okay. They're going into the role of like a parent figure. They're showing me this parent figure right now. I don't know, whoever this was just very strict, very matter of fact, very logical, very much the rules are the rules and you can't break past them kind of a person. But I also asked too, because it seemed like she was making the effort to come visit you. Yeah, and I know that we were talking about Zoraida, but they want to. There's a reason why they want to go into your caregivers. So who is this person that um, that defines the character that I just mentioned? And Heatjourney, thank you for liking and subbing. Heatjourney, you are welcome to, but I'll have you post a question when I call you, okay? Okay. Well, okay, that's okay. So I'm just going to describe this person. This person was very, I'm just going to repeat myself, but I feel like I have to just go with the flow so I can continue with the reading. So this person was very like strict. The rules are rules. Like with vocabulary, he or she was very, uh, Nazi grammar Nazi status. And he was kind of like policing people in the house. Like he was quick to sniff people out, if that makes any sense. Like, are you doing drugs? And you'd be like, no, I'm not doing drugs. Like, are you sure? So I don't know if that still is ringing up anything. You don't have any family member like that? Okay. Well, the next thing that I feel is, okay, you see all these horses that are like way too freaking close to each other, or anyone in your life like that. Okay. You know what? I think this could be you, actually. Like when you make a friend or something like that, the connection is very in disarray, if that makes sense. Like you don't know where you should stand in the relationship. Either you're most of the time you're way too close. Do you understand what I mean by that? Like way too close, like close to the point where like physical approximation doesn't exist. Like you're like this, like really, really close to them. It's like you want to be so close to them that you want to be able to feel them, kind of a thing. But at the same time, you feel like you don't exist. So it kind of makes sense, this bouncing of this black and white. You don't know where you stand. You don't know where the middle ground is for yourself. And I think they're having me it sounds like they're saying that in your family, the people in your family are also like that too. Like they're just way too close. Yet at the same time, they're so far emotionally, like to the point where like connection feels cold and very disconnected. Would you say that's true? And that kind of push and pull of a connection from your family members, I think that really frustrates you because you don't know where you stand in a relationship. Would you say that that clicks with you? Well, most of family don't really keep in touch with each other. Okay. NEESHA ASMR. Yes, you can be added. Let me make a list right now. You're fine with your immediate family? Okay, maybe I'm reading into this wrong. NEESHA, go ahead and like and sub, and then I'll add you to the list, okay? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. All right, I'm just going to keep going because it doesn't seem like I'm off the track. But yeah, let me just go back to like it's either you're way too close to them to the point where you want to be really physically close to them, and then it kind of feels like you're not even visible. So that's kind of weird. Like not weird in that sense, but like that black and white is very, very polar of each other. And the way that you're going to be able to merge those two is to express how you feel, is to communicate. You're right. Jordan, Nicole, hey, what's up? And for sure. And you're asking me, how does Zoraida feel about you? The reason why I wanted to talk about your caregiver, though, Lightning Spark, is, you know, when you come to my lives, it just sounds like you have like there's some kind of trigger around female relationships, and that would kind of point me to your mom. And that might be too much of a soft spot right now, so I apologize if that was too soon for me to say that. Maybe it's just something to think about, though. I guess I miss her too, because she's actually the only person I opened up to anything. Of course. I'm not saying that it's wrong to feel something about her. Hey, what's up, hey? And okay, Jordan, I'm going to put you on the list. Okay, so I'm asking, how does Zoraida feel about you, Lightning Spark? And you got the card Infinite Abundance. It's so weird because they keep like giving me the feeling and the vision of flowers, like, and the feeling or the meaning of the flowers is like blossoming, you know, tuning into your emotional body, tuning into your feelings. Because when you open up the ability to tune into your emotions and to allow yourself to feel them and therefore express them, you know, watching your body naturally express itself, it brings a lot of clarity for you. It's like suddenly you're going to be able to see how innocent you are when you allow yourself to do that. And your ability to give, oh, it's just going to boost up by a lot. So let me get back into how she feels about you. Yeah, and I think that that's a common thing for males to go through as well. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it just seems common, you know? Okay, let's see. You know, what if the guides are saying that it's not about what Zoraida feels about you, it's about your ability to feel your own emotions about you and thus your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe what if like what you're really inquiring about is, how do I feel about me? Or like, how do I feel? How can I? You know? And for the new folks, the people that donate, they do get to be in the front of the list, so that's why they're being placed there. Because everybody is a projection of yourself. So it's really not about Zoraida. That's literally what I feel in this card. It's not so much about Zoraida. It's literally about how you can tune into your own feelings. And then you can ask yourself, how does Zoraida feel about me? And you will be able to tap into it more readily. So maybe now we can finally answer the question, how does Zoraida feel about you? Because they, you know, the angels keep bringing me to another answer when I keep trying to figure out how Zoraida feels about you. But yeah, that's what I said before is what they wanted to tell you. But it's like they don't want me to focus on that, to be honest. They just want me to focus on you and how you feel. I'm trying to ask him, like, how come we're not talking about how Zoraida feels about Lightning Spark? And they told me, because you're actually uh, a sensitive person, sensitive emotional person. Um, and it feels quite easy for you to pick up on other people's emotions, actually. So the problem isn't how does she feel about me, because it's something that you can tune into. It's how do I tune into any emotion? Okay, Lightning Spark. Hi, Stacy. Oh my gosh, how are you? Okay, Jordan, Nicole, you can go ahead and post your question. Yeah. What? Hmm? Okay, my first is about work. General, I guess. When will I be able to find a new job? Okay. I've been looking and applying, but I'm not sure. Okay, so when? Okay, when is she going to find a new job? All right. What? Gosh, she's so loud. Okay. All right, so you got the card that says light and love. And it says your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love into this world. So, Jordan Nicole, it looks like you have a lot of angels surrounding you. Like, if you can imagine this white, pink, blue, purplish colors, this auric kind of ethereal uh, smoke of colors, they're all around you. I don't know if you could feel that, but they're all around you. Um, I think the reason why they're there, or rather, I'm asking this, to them. They said it just seems like they're there because they're trying to make life easier for you. Um, because when last time you asked me something about your finances as well, or something like that, it just seems like you and your sister have a lot of work to do around survival. But when your angels are surrounding you like this, and I ask them why are they there, what's the purpose of them being there, they're just trying to soften your perspective and your vibe, because your vibe is very like, how do I survive? But they're there to be like, no, 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 chill, Jordan. Like, um, I think you just push yourself way too hard, you know? You feel like you have to be in this grind mentality, and it's really hardening your energy, because you're not a machine, you're a spiritual being, and if we keep thinking that we can operate like machines, we're going to keep beating ourselves up over not being perfect enough. um, because your energy is very, very hard. Like, if I were to stand near you, honestly, you look like you're ready to have a dagger out, like a weapon in case somebody gets too close to your belongings or something. Like, even me, like, I feel like I cannot stand too close to you energetically. Not not because you're bad or anything like that. It's just the energy, the vibe is very harsh, Yes, I've been tired, like my job. I've only got one day off, and I don't like the environment, so I want to go somewhere where I feel okay. Yeah, and I'm glad that you say that. Because I feel like your angels are making me want to cry, but your angels are here because they want you to know, that you're constantly blessed and that you are always in divine hands. So is the question, when am I going to get a job? Or is the question, when am I going to feel safe? Because I felt like that question, when am I going to get a job, was not very productive for me to answer. It's more as in, how can I feel more safe? I think. That's what I think. But yeah, your angels, they just want you to know that they're there. Okay, all right. Then in terms of a new job for the environment, your angels are saying you cannot see that far yet until you have healed your mental space. Because your mental space, we've already talked about it before. It's like you're churning so hard that you cannot operate. Like, Jordan, like, what if your life was not to work and work and work? What if your life was literally to bring light and love to this world? And then if you think about like what that would look like, then you'd be like, oh shit, first of all, I'd be in a much higher vibration. And second of all, I would realize that there's more grace to life than I realize. And if that's what I'm going to offer to people, then I know I could see where I am going in the future in terms of how I will feel about myself, aka you. Do you see what I'm saying though? Because when I think about my future, because I can see myself being in this higher place of being able to help a lot of people, I know that I'll be in a better mentality, because I need to be in a better mentality to be able to help a lot of people. Yeah, I know. I don't really enjoy what I'm doing, but it's kind of like I feel like I have to. What? I feel like I have to right now. Yeah, and that's okay. Maybe you're just in a transition period, You need to know what you don't want to go to where you want to be. Sai, I will put you on the list, okay? Just like and sub, then you'll be able to ask your question. Yeah, like even when I was applying for jobs, I wasn't happy at all. I know how you feel. I do. It's a shitty feeling to like not like what you do and feel like you're in a rat race. But I think that's because we're thinking off of the perspective that we currently have. So everybody keeps getting this damn card. It's like the first one that I drew for the daily message. And I don't think that, most of you are here for the daily message, but basically it was about wanting to be at a certain place in your life, yet not knowing how to get there. All you need to do, as of what I said in the daily message, is to ask your angels, and then you simply receive. I know that sounds easier said than done, right? But that's literally what they said. just ask your angels for help. Ooh, they're fighting. Anyway. So I hope, when you ask your angels, Jordan, it'll help you to let go of, when am I going to get that job? Maybe even that question will change, So Jordan, are you okay to move on to the second question? Because You know, 99.9% of the time, I answer people's questions. The only time that I don't answer them is if the angels don't think it's, you know, the best for you or the most productive to answer it. Okay, perfect. So what's your second question, Jordan? My cats are fighting and one of them just went like, like, yummy. Okay. Something in my throat. Excuse me. All right. Well, I wanted to ask, what is my divine masculine? Like I was told, I will meet him in the fall, but due to how I am right now, my mindset, I know that might pump the brakes on him. First of all, that is complete freaking myth. Okay? I feel like I want to like get that out there. Like you don't need to be your 100% best to meet your soulmate because that is not what happened to me. And so that is just not like God's law. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean like what is your divine masculine? Like when you'll meet him or like who he is? Or if you'll meet him at all? Oh, who he is. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Sorry, bunny. Liberty Lynn. Hello. And hi, Alondra. I'm gonna pause the list right now because I have, you know, several people ahead of me. But you're welcome to stay, chat, vibe with us. It is a chat room. Yeah, you're welcome. I will tell you right now, I think he's in school right now because he's kind of studying. I think your divine masculine is in school right now, and the smarter he gets, I know that sounds like super weird to say that. I'm not saying that he's stupid either, but like, it's just what I feel. Like the smarter he becomes, the closer he will be to you. Not maybe, you know, I'm not talking about like physical distance, and maybe it is that, but it literally feels like this the more he studies or the more he learns about life or school or whatever it is, he just gets closer to you inch by inch. I don't know if it has to do with money or what, but that's literally what it feels like. I think it's because he's becoming more of who he's meant to be, and thus the more he becomes, the higher vibration he is, and it's almost like he becomes a stronger magnet or a brighter light in the dark, and you'd be able to see him. You know what I mean? I think that was a good analogy. Ooh. I got that one. But yeah, I mean, like, I did say that you don't have to be 100% there, or your 100% best to be you. I mean, to meet your divine masculine, but it just seems like you do have some things going on right now. So I guess in particular for you, it just feels like you want to be alone right now. I know that's the weirdest thing because everybody wants like companionship, but it kind of just feels like you want to be at the space that you are at right now. Um, it's almost like you want to give yourself space. You want to give yourself time before you meet this incredible, amazing partner that's going to knock your socks off and give you a bunch of things to do. You know what I mean? It just seems like, your higher self and I wouldn't say alone, but I want to heal. And yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people do want to do that. That's not what I wanted, so that's probably not why that didn't happen to me. But for you, it seems like that's how it's going to be going. Like you want to do this on your own, kind of a thing. Like there's a sense of I want to learn how to support myself first before I truly learn how to be 100% committed in a relationship. Like there's a sense of like duty or responsibility to yourself first. But yeah, in terms of who he is, yeah. So in terms of who he is, it seems like he's like studying in the like studying to be in the field of medicine. So I don't know if he wants to be a nurse or a doctor or something like that. Let's see more of who else he is. Shuffling forever. Okay. Okay. He's really good with money. He's really good at either making money. It feels more like attracting money. So he's really good at that. There's this pep in his step about him. Like there's this a way that he walks, like in his stride. It just looks like he knows how the world operates. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but he kind of looks like he got like magic hands or something, and like he knows businesses and people as if he's read them like a book already, like all he needs to do is just flip the page and understand it. I don't know, it's so weird. But that's what I see. Like he's very confident and apparently really freaking smart to be able to do that. Or maybe he just understands businesses and profit really well. But yeah, he's not going to be poor in the future, that's for sure. I don't know if he's poor now, but it just seems like he's really, really good with money. All right, Jordan. Okay. Hey, are you ready for your question? Oh, really? You were told that? Hell yeah. Okay. I was going to ask about jury duty. Yes, I have jury duty. That face. How do you see that going? I've never been to jury duty before. Isn't that like where you kind of like watch what's happening and then you kind of like answer some questions about a case or something? Yeah, you're welcome, Jordan. By the way, how did your sister feel about her reading? Oh, you've only been once before. Yeah, I've never been at all. But every time somebody mentions jury duty, they're like, ugh, I have jury duty. Okay, so you got this card that says protected, which is interesting. I don't know what you need to be protected from. But I was picked. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, but I wasn't picked for the trial. I was dismissed. Oh, you're talking about the other one. Okay. I mean, I feel like there's a need to mention your kids. It just looks like there's a feeling of a transition. Like as you go to jury duty, it just looks like someone's going to be able to look after them during that time. And you'll be like, oh, my lucky break, you know? Not for your kids, but like, oh, somebody can take care of them good while I'm not there. Oh, you got lucky. I don't know why, but there's this feeling of money. People don't get paid to go to jury duty, right? Because I don't know anything about jury duty. I was gonna call and say that I have no childcare. Oh, no, I think it looks like somebody's gonna be able to watch them during the time that you won't be at home. What is it with money? Like, there's something about money. I don't know how jury duty works. So I don't know, like, what is the deal with feeling money? Because if I do go, I would have to take the girls to my husband's work. Oh, I see. Okay. And that's what it is about money? I'm the one that's doing the reading, not you. I'm asking you. Okay, yeah, they don't pay, right? Okay. What? $9 a day? What the heck? Oh, I didn't know you're in California. Me too. Okay, so I had to draw some cards because I don't know how to answer your reading because I don't know what jury duty is like. But the first card, you got 3 extra ones. The first card, it's showing me this. So when I see this, I'm getting the feeling of like 2 people that cannot make ends meet. Like somebody wants to go one way, the other person wants to go the other way, and nobody is making a compromise. And then in this second card, there's a feeling of time. Like I know that there's like, I don't know what this is, but to me it looks like kind of like a little watch. It almost feels like the time that you're spending in jury duty is time that you could be using for money. I don't know, there's a sense of like time is money for you, and like when you're in jury duty you feel like you're wasting it when you're in jury duty. But then, I feel like I'm reading a storybook. But then, the third card, it literally says, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. I think you're going to be able to find a way to make everything work. Because there's this magical ability that you have as a mother to somehow make the most disorganized and, you know, chaotic 3 children that you have, somehow you're able to get them to bed at the end of the night. So you're using that same mentality, that same skill of wrapping everything together and somehow making it work. So, yeah, you might feel a little worried about the money thing of time is money, that issue. Um, and it just seems like the inability to compromise, the inability to make the ends meet. Yeah. And, but at the end, I feel like you're able to let everything go. Like, this is now my responsibility now. Great. And then it just feels like a release. I don't know. I wish I could tie everything in together, but that's what I'm getting. That's kind of how I wanted to see it because, again, I don't know what jury duty is like. But yeah, in the end, everything's going to be fine. And this sense of time is money for you. It's not going to be so much of an issue by the end of it, it seems. Okay? Okay, Heatjourney. Are you ready to post your question? Yay, you're welcome. Hey, hey. Always good to see you. Okay, Heatjourney, what's your question? Can I ask how JV feels about you? And you guys were dating in the past? Woohoo! That just popped out for you. Okay. All right. So you got the card that says books. And that's the end of your reading. I'm just kidding. All right. So I don't know if you guys are dating because I can't see anything pop up. Oh, just friends with benefits for 7 years. Just friends with benefits for 7 years. All right. So as you can see, oh, you guys went on a date 2 weeks ago. Okay. I think it almost feels like he's trying to study you. Like, yeah, he knows Heatjourney from how he's seen her the past 7 years, but he doesn't really know your vulnerable side. He doesn't really know the secrets that you don't tell him. And that's what he seems to be doing. Like he's trying to read into you, but he can only see you from the outside. Yeah. I saw him today and he kept saying he can't figure me out. Interesting. I think that kind of freaks him out, actually. It kind of gives him like cold feet. Whoa. It gives him like cold feet knowing that he can't figure you out because he doesn't know how he's going to be able to settle himself down with you if he cannot be true with you. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, it feels like he doesn't know how to trust you because he cannot see what's going on with the real Heatjourney. God damn this fly. Anyway. You know what I mean? And NEESHA ASMR, are you still here? And Sai. Oh shoot. Clean music lover. Sorry about that. There's somebody above. Is Stacy D here or Authentic Shorty or there was somebody that was like here, but okay, NEESHA, you're still here. Okay, cool. BR, can I donate for a reading? Of course. Do you have Venmo or Cash App? Because it's in the description. And if you donate, you get to be bumped at the front of the list. And Clean Music Lover, Are you still here? Just like and sub Clean Music Lover, and then I'll put you on the list. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Venmo. Yeah, my Venmo description's in the description. Said it twice. So, oh yeah, I get it. Try not to let it worry me. I mean, you know, it is what it is, right, Heatjourney? Like, I don't know. I feel like the way that you are, maybe I'm tapping into you, but it just feels like you would be like, I mean, I can't force myself to push it, so we'll see what happens. That's kind of what you would say. All right, Clean Music Lover. Let me know when you're done with that. Okay, Heatjourney. All right. I'm gonna move on. NEESHA ASMR, go ahead and post your question. General love rating. Okay. Alrighty. Perfect. Thank you, Clean Music Lover. Okay, so NEESHA, you got the card that says time to decide. It says make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So are you on like a dating app or something? Because it just seems like you have a lot of options and it's confusing you. I don't know if confusing you is the right word. It's more like there's so many choices out there that actually, yeah, it's confusing your intentions. Okay, so yeah, you're on a dating app. Yeah, because that's what it feels like. There's so many things to look at. Just doing it. You see a pic of me and my dad with a mustache. Let's see. Bev, a reading is $8. Because I see 5. It's okay. So, right, sorry, NEESHA. Let me just update the list really quick. It's okay. Why isn't it? So, okay. General love rating. Do you like need me to help you decide? Is that why you came to me? Anyway, I'm just kidding. Okay, there you go. Sarabi. Hi, how are you? So, NEESHA, obviously you don't need to make a snap decision, and it's I don't think that you feel that way. However, yeah, it's just confusing your intentions. And what your angels are telling me is that like they're saying focus on the one that helps you to have the most fun. Not in terms of like that's the love of your life. Like that's not what I'm saying. But it for some reason they're I don't know if like somebody fun is a characteristic or a quality that's important to you, but they're highlighting that somebody that makes you feel like wow, like this is really fun. Like I can have a lot of fun with this person. I think that's going to help you to narrow down your choices by a lot, because you could see one guy and maybe he would look very handsome, and but what stands out most to you is that how you feel with that person, how much fun you have. A past person returned. We haven't talked in 4 years. We hung out last weekend. And do you have fun with him? Is Sai still here? Because if you're not, I'm going to take you off the list. Okay, he's fun. Okay. I mean, dang, you haven't talked in 4 years. I mean, that's awesome. So yeah, they're saying to you, make it simple and let things be about fun. And then when you have fun, then it's like you don't really need to make a decision. That decision comes very natural to you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But yeah, NEESHA, there you go. That was a cool read. He's fun, but a horrible texter. Maybe he's busy. I don't know. Okay, BR, what's your question? Myself and my boyfriend are going through a rough patch. He's a Gemini, I'm Pisces. He asked for space, and I'm just trying to navigate through all of this. Are there any signs to look out for? Like, what do you mean, like red flags? In general, I just want to know where we stand. I'm so sorry. Do you see how we can inspire? Oh, improve. Oh, I see. Okay, so, do I see how you guys can improve? Oh, you know what? I think right now is just a confusing time for you guys because this card, look what it says. Don't jump to conclusions yet. I'm not done with the reading. But look, it says a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement that need to have more fun. For some reason, I see in your guys' path that your life trajectory is very straightforward. I don't know if you guys are taking some kind of college where, you know, all the rules are set up for you. All you need to do is dun, 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 then you graduate and then you have a job. I don't know. It just seems like there's no obstacle in your way. That's what it feels like. Everything just feels very clear for you. I know earlier I said about the two of you, but I'm getting confused whose energy this is, to be honest. Let me see how that relates to you guys, because you guys are saying that you are in a rough patch. You know, it might be a rough patch, but I really think that you guys are going to get over it pretty quickly. What I feel like needs to happen is communication. Communication is where you're going to be able to bring up what troubles you guys, because if you guys hold back what you're concerned about, you guys aren't going to energetically move anywhere. So the ability to communicate, or having the right time for you guys to communicate and, you know, bring up the baggage to be released and cleared and clarified between the two of you, I think that's really all that you needed, because it feels like there's a lot of misunderstandings in the way that's causing you guys to view each other in a way that's not true. That's literally what it feels like. He recently had COVID. I did everything for him, and then he needs space. He has not reached out. He is so stubborn. I'm laughing because it just sounds like a very, very, very common way to describe somebody when you're in a relationship and there hasn't just been the time for you to figure yourself and your thoughts out. And the reason why I say that, I don't want to talk too much about it anyway, because it doesn't matter. Honestly, it kind of just feels like you guys need to hash it out, because there's a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding. Because when the two of you guys are together, imagine, sounds weird, but imagine you guys are dolphins, okay? And the way that you guys move in the water is just so easy. And, you know, when animals, they just have this natural intuition where they know what direction they're supposed to go, even though they haven't traveled the entire world yet. Like, what? Somehow you guys know how to do that, but together, it's just so weird. And like when the both of you guys are together, you guys know even faster ahead where to go. And I gotta tell you something that might put a foot in your mouth, but it is something that you need to think about though. Who's being stubborn? Like, are you being stubborn or is he being stubborn? Because when I hear he is so stubborn, it honestly just sounds to me that you don't know how to express, hey, I really need you to talk to me. I think I came across too strong. Maybe that's why he needed space, and we have not talked. I attempted last week and he did not reciprocate. Oh, you attempted, okay. So I think the reason why my guides, or our guides, or your guides, honestly, I don't know which one I talk to sometimes. But I think the reason why they're telling me that the two of you are actually in a constant place of flow, it's possible that, you know, this disruption in your guys' relationship is causing you to also be disrupted with your own flow. Like you're forgetting about what it's like to be in the flow when you guys are having this bump in the road. So when he was sick, he was very distant and cold. I gave him space, and then 2 days later he said, I disappeared on him. I can't win. Yeah, this sounds to me just like miscommunication. And this was before he asked for space also. So I'm trying to work on me and not be so codependent. I don't want to push him any further. I mean, at least, you know, you're honest with yourself, because people that are honest with themselves and are able to be insightful, they're the ones that are most likely able to change. I really think everything's going to be okay. And I think earlier you asked me how you guys can improve. What if you just gave him space? You know? Like, what would be so bad if you gave him a week or two? You know? Like, have you ever asked yourself that? And I know, you know, people that are codependent, they're really afraid of being alone. But what if you gave yourself that space too? You know? Away from trying to think your way through this and just letting time be the band-aid right now. And you're saying, I don't want to push him any further. So it's like, okay, good. So you realize that you want to stop too. Because I am telling you that I literally feel like you two are meant to be continuing. I can't talk. It just feels like you guys are meant to be together. Because when you guys are together, everything just works. So now that I have your attention, everything's going to be fine. Like, this is just one bump in the road. And you guys are just at a point of miscommunication right now. And honestly, if you kind of think about it, the fact that you guys are frustrated about each other is kind of a good thing, okay? Because it means what was working then is not working anymore. Something needs to change. And when you guys are able to clear that up through communication, then there won't be that bump in the road in the future, or at least you guys will be able to better navigate it more smoothly. Once again, think of you two as like dolphins. You guys know where to go when you guys are with each other. Your energy is just super in sync. Everything just clicks when you guys are together. So I kind of didn't finish what I was saying, but like the fact that you guys are frustrated about each other, it's a good thing because it just means that you do want connection. You just don't know how to get there yet. So I feel like that's what the reading is trying to tell you. Just wait until you guys are in the flow again. Does that help, BR? Because I really feel like you guys are going to be fine. Okay, holy crap. There's a lot of people that came in to ask for a reading. Amber Williams, are you still here? I feel like I remember you from last time, Amber. Okay, perfect, BR. You're a sweet girl. I feel like you just have like an anxious temperament. So what if you gave yourself a break from that anxiety and therefore you're able to give him a break as well? Okay. Okay, so Amber, I remember you. Let me add you on the list. Clean Music Lover, are you still here? Okay, so Clean Music Lover, go ahead and post your question. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna cap it off at Amber Williams. The reason why I picked her out of so many people that came, and thank you guys for being here. I love your energy. Is because I remember her from last session. I just wasn't able to get to her last time. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, BR, you just, maybe you need to meditate or something. Or hang out with a friend. Yeah, sorry about that, Isla, but if you sub or hit the bell, it'll notify you of when I'm live. Okay, so all right, so Clean Music Lover wants to know, I would like to know why my biological father doesn't reach out. Man, that is a deep question. Sorry, I have to shake off my energy because I did a lot of readings for different people. I had to clear it off. All right, so Clean Music Lover, OMG. Everybody keeps getting this card, this dreamer card. So at the beginning, at all of my lives, I do a daily message at the very beginning to kind of like read into the general energy of everybody. And this card was in it. And basically what I was saying was people want this goal, but they don't know how to get to that goal. And it's kind of like an ungrounded state where they want it to happen, but they just don't know how to get there. So you need to ask your angels for help. How can I get there? What do I need to know? Can you show me how to do it? And then you just wait and you receive. But yeah, so I wanted to recap you to the daily message for this reason, because everybody's getting this card. So I'm just bringing it up whenever it comes out. So he's a fool. Oh. So Clean Music Lover, I feel like you kind of are in the same space, this ungrounded space of like, why? And it's one thing to ask, why isn't he reaching out to me? But it's another thing to be like, why isn't he reaching out to me? Even though it's been so long. It's kind of like you're asking, why doesn't he love me? That's kind of like the question of what you're asking. But it's like, do you really know that? Do you really know if he loves you or not? It's kind of like this confusion in the middle. And do you make music? Like, do you read notes and stuff? Like music notes? You used to. Okay. Tell me if this is right or not. When you played the music off of that paper or those notes, did you feel like something was giving you love? Like music was standing in the way for your biological father? You know, he was the music was like a healthy replacement. Oh. Music calms me? Okay, so it calms you. Okay. But what I'm asking you is like, is that something that you wish that your father would have done? Your biological father would have done? Calm you? You did not meet him until 2009. Yeah, like I'm not saying like I'm saying like if you like something unconscious that's happening. I'm not talking about something that literally happens. Or how about this? Like, oh, it does not. Okay, that's fine. Do you journal? Like, do you journal about your dad or do you journal to express your emotions? You daydream a lot. Okay, where am I going with this? Oh, that's so funny that you say you daydream a lot because this card is literally called the Dreamer. All right. Oh, you're a Pisces. Well, okay. Let me tell you this. I don't know if you need to know this or not, but and I know this sounds weird, but your ability to daydream and to like not be present in the physical, that ability is from your dad not being there. So it's like your dad who wasn't there basically opened this realm within you to be able to peer into the non-physical. I don't know if you needed to know that or not. And I know you're asking me like why your biological father doesn't reach out to you, but I'm not adding people to the list right now. I'm sorry. I'm closing it off at Amber Williams. You're welcome. You know what? I think your dad will come back because this card says the world, and it means that what you want will happen. I know. Let me just continue with the reading because sometimes I cannot directly read into the reading without understanding the context. Well, that's a lot of the times. So 80% of what I do in the beginning is contextual stuff. And I know that sounds boring, but it's also revealing things that you may not be aware about. She's a witch. Probably. I believe you. So the other card that you got is Five of Air. It says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. So, you asked me like, why isn't my biological father reaching out to me? Well, know this. If you were a part of his life right now, you wouldn't want to be there. And what if he knows that and that's why he's not reaching out to you? Because I would assume, you said that, I think you said you only met him once in 2009. You don't know him and you don't know what he does in his life. You don't know if he's shady. There's a lot of things that you don't know about him. And I think there's a real good reason why he's not coming back right now. It's because he's not ready to. I feel like he thinks that he needs to be a man to be able to come back to you. And what I mean by a man is not the stereotypical man. I'm talking about somebody that is confident, somebody that is his best self, somebody that is responsible. And he doesn't feel like he can be any of those things right now. Oh, you met him more than once. Okay. But that literally feels like why. He has since remarried. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what he's doing with his life, and he wants to get it back together before he can establish a healthy relationship with you. He's trying to do the right thing, and maybe that's why it's taking him so long. Amber Williams, are you still here? He had the time to meet a lady, marry her, buy a huge home, and move. And that's okay. Maybe he was ready for that. That doesn't mean that he's ready to be his best self for you yet. Okay, Amber, what's your question? I'm going to move it forward because I did feel like I answered your question. Okay, Clean Music Lover? So Amber, go ahead and post your question and that'll be the last one. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, you're wondering about your relationship. All right, what are you wondering about? What's up, banana? Ooh, you think he's the one. All right, so what's your question for me? And guys, I'm closing the list to free reads. But if you want a reading, it would be a donation. Aw, banana, I'm doing good and better since you're here. But he's, but what? It's been an emotional roller coaster. And that's okay. Oh, okay. You want to know if he feels that you're the one. Okay. But Sem5, hit the bell and subscribe so you can be notified of my next live. I try to go on every Sunday. I guess what kind of is giving me a yellow flag right now is like, if you think he's the one, how come you can't ask him? You know what I mean? Like, I need to know that first. I can ask him, I'm just not sure if I can believe him. Ah, okay, that's interesting. What happened with the emotional roller coaster? Like, what happened with the most recent one? Bless you. And guys, if you want a private reading with me, go onto my website, hearttoheartreadings.com, to book a read, okay? He just keeps running away and ghosting me. Oh my goodness. All right. I kind of feel like there's something that's not being said. All right. I mean, no, I mean, it just feels like there's something that's not being said from you. Look, you're a good girl. That's what I feel, first of all. You have a good heart, and you're always, you're very pure hearted, that's for sure. But I feel this weird sense of like feistiness from you, that you feel like you need to protect it. This is kind of a common pattern in females. you feel like you need to protect your drama with your romantic partner from other people, because you feel like if you protect that, then nobody can tell you what you're doing wrong with your life. Would you say that's true? Okay, so you say that's true. You So because you have this protective field around your romantic partner, I feel uncomfortable trying to dig into what's going on. Because it might just be met with, I'm done. It just might be met with, I don't want to talk about this anymore, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, then we have to rephrase the question. Like, what do you want out of this reading? Like, I know you want to know if he thinks that you're the one. Okay, I just can't talk to my family. They don't approve. Why don't they approve? They think he's a bad guy. It's funny that you say that. He has a criminal past. He's trying to change. And like, hey, if you had a criminal past, like, that's fine. I mean, it really depends on what you got charged for. That's another thing. But Amber, it feels like you like him because he's a bad boy. It feels like you like him because your connection to him means that you can get away from the authority figures of your family. Like, it's your way to be free. And that's what's drawing you to him. And at the same time, there's this privacy around your relationship that I cannot truly give you an accurate reading because you cannot truly open yourself to me. I feel like I'm your parent. Like, why do I feel like I'm like that? I'm gonna try to not talk like that because that's might be triggering for you. I will tell you this, that this relationship might feel like he's the one because it's playing off of a pattern of yours. That's why it might feel like a sense of soul connection or a sense of familiarity. And you keep protecting him by saying, like, he's trying to change. Don't talk about it. He's trying to change. You will never want to hide the person that you're really meant to be with. And I feel like, me saying all this, you might internalize it as I'm a bad person. That's not what your angels said at the very beginning. They showed me that you're a very, very innocent, pure-hearted girl, a person of integrity. But what's funny is that this relationship is causing you to behave in a lot of deceitful ways. And I think that's what's freaking out your family a little bit. They're like, oh, that's not the Amber I know. um, and I kind of feel like a good thing of this relationship is that you finally get to be you. You finally get to express a part of you that you haven't been able to express because your parents didn't allow you to, because they shut that part down of you. And now this is, what's the result of it? It's like they were way too protective over you. And you getting in this relationship is like you being able to show yourself like, nah, fuck that, So, there's a real feistiness to you that I can really appreciate. And I feel like it's just being manifested through this relationship. Or rather, yeah, same thing, if you know what I mean. So let me see what they want to say at the end before I get a black eye. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So Amber, your guys are saying that you feel like you want to depend on somebody. Your parents or the people that have taken care of you, they never really truly got to know who you really are. Oh, wow, you're 45. Your husband of 23 years broke your heart. He left. This guy came in right after. That is so interesting. Okay. This changes everything. Let me see how this changes things. I don't think it changes that much, to be honest, Amber. It still feels like there's this part of you that feels like you're a really good girl. You had to put up this I'm a good girl kind of personality. But right. So they're talking about your need to depend on somebody. And that's probably what's causing this. I need to protect this guy, from people getting in the way of telling me that I'm doing something wrong. Because your angels showed me you trying to, fling your arms over somebody. Your need to depend on somebody. Your need to rely on somebody and know that they're not going to leave. And that makes sense from the trauma of your husband, because that's traumatic. I feel like when I did this reading, I thought I was talking to somebody that was in their teens or something like that, or in their maybe not the 20s, more in the teens. So I'm curious about this fracture or something traumatic that happened when you were a teenager. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But it literally felt like I was reading for a teenager when I was looking at the cards and everything. And it's like you want balance and you want stability, but it feels like your life is rocking back and forth. And it's kind of like you're attracting somebody that's really hot and cold as well. I don't know. There's a lot of is basically what this card is saying. There's a lot of elements at play that is so big that it needs its own reading. And I'm not trying to market myself to you. I'm literally saying there's so many things happening that I cannot boil it down to one sentence. Like there's so many things happening. Like you're 45, so that you've had a lot of life experiences. You just ended a 23-year-old marriage. Your husband broke your heart, so it just sounds like you guys weren't on the same page. There's just a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, there's so much happening. Yeah. I will say this though. You're going to be one tough lady. And I know I'm not really answering your question of like if your partner thinks that you're the one. You're going to be one tough lady and you're going to be able to roll your sleeves up. And it's interesting because I see these two pillars and like those two pillars are like, I would imagine that it's you and a partner helping you to feel more supported. But it really feels like you're doing this more for yourself. So it's like you know how to make yourself, yeah, you know how to depend on yourself. And I think that your family is not being very nice because they're kind of being like gossipy and just not playing nice. You know, you're going through a hard time and rather than supporting you, they're talking behind your back. What the fuck? What? Yeah, they use you. Okay, yeah, they sound terrible. But this last card out of this pile of cards that wanted to come out for you, it says the desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. You're going to be leaving this guy because you're going to be talking to yourself and you're going to be like, oh my God, why am I putting up this petty teenage bullshit? I'm going to leave because this is wasting my time and my energy. And I'm a big girl now and I got shit I need to do. So like, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to be telling yourself in the future. So it doesn't seem like this guy is very stable and like, he's not. You've got some more growing to do. And I know this sounds so weird because I'm like not 45 and I'm talking to you as if I am. But you're on the path to becoming a stronger woman and being more solidified in your own choices. Even if somebody's being shitty towards you, you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And there's no passive aggressiveness at all because you're legitimately, you know, confident in your decisions and knowing your own choices, and nobody else can tell you otherwise. So that's where you're going. I know there's a lot of things that are happening right now, but this is the trajectory of what's happening right now. It's like, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm gonna do me now. That's kind of where you're going. Okay, Amber? Okay. All right, guys. That is the last reading. I know that there were a lot of wonderful humans that popped up to get a read, but I cannot do that because I am done. But yeah, thanks guys for being here. If you want to get a personal reading with me, go into my website, hearttoheartreadings.com, or you can follow me on my Instagram, at hearttoheartreadings. And you can find readings on there that you can pick a card from. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.